Some of my students already know about 3D shapes. I know some of my older kids do know that, but for my younger kiddos, you guys are also learning about shapes. I know you've learned some of your basic shapes, and some of you have actually learned about 3D shapes, but I want to go over 3D shapes really fast with you. So today we're going to be focusing on a cylinder, and we'll get there in just a moment, but 3D shapes, okay? So we start with basic shapes, okay? Triangles, okay? Circles, square, okay? Those kinds of shapes. So I'm going to write 3D up here just for me to kind of know what I'm talking about. And you don't have to do this. This is just for me to talk to you guys about it. But 3D shapes, okay? So these are our 2D shapes, okay? They're flat. So 2D, flat shapes, okay? We can draw them on our page, okay? We can't see what's behind them. We can't see what's on the side of them. We can only see the front part of them, okay? They're flat, all right? So triangles, squares, okay, circles, rectangles, stars, all those types of shapes are all 2D shapes until we start adding different sides of them. So once I can start to see the side or the back or the top or the bottom of the shape, they become three-dimensional 3D shapes, which looks like they are popping out at you, or it looks like they, well, most people just say they look 3D, okay? So we're talking about triangles here. A triangle would turn into a pyramid, okay? A circle would turn into a sphere, and spheres are hard to kind of show you without having to like shade in a sphere, okay? So shading in a sphere would be different. Now I don't really have the time or the, well, I don't want to waste your time showing you how to draw the sphere, okay? But a sphere, all right? And then like a cube, okay, would be our square. Okay, now we're not going to take too much time learning how to draw these 3D shapes. Again, like I said, this would be, okay, I'd have to show you how to draw and shade in to make the sphere, but a sphere would be the 3D of a circle, okay? Now there's all kinds of other different ones, like a cone, okay, which would have a circle bottom and then a triangular top, which we think an ice cream cone, okay? There are others like the cylinder, which we're going to learn how to draw today, okay? Which we're going to be using two circles, like ovals, and then we're going to connect them to show the cylinder here. So when you watch my video at the beginning of this, we're talking about Andy Warhol, and we're talking about his pop art and his most famous work, which would be the soup cans, okay? And so since we're going to be creating our own soup cans today, we really need to focus on the cylinder. So we're going to start with that, okay? So I'm going to turn my page. I'm actually going to go to the back of my page here, okay, in my sketchbook, and we're going to talk about drawing our cylinder, all right? Ooh, my camera's shaking. Okay, we're going to start with the cylinder here. Now, first, before we get started on the cylinder and we start on our soup cans and we talk about drawing those, I want to look at a can, okay? So I brought my own can from my kitchen. It's tomato sauce, spaghetti sauce, and I started to think, okay, when we look at a cylinder, okay, and we look at it like this, okay, we can see that it's curved around the top, straight on the sides, and kind of curved at the bottom, okay, and that's important. And when you look at what a cylinder is made up of, circle, circle, and then it's got that tubing around, okay. Now, drawing is a little different, okay, because we can't really show the whole circle, we can't really show the whole bottom circle, but I'm going to show you a way to kind of draw it. We're going to do some erasing, and then we'll go from there. Now, so this week we're focusing on drawing only, okay? So next week, this is going to be the second part of it. When we get to next week is adding the color, because pop art's going to take about 2 different weeks, okay? So we're going to start with drawing the cylinder first. If you don't know how to draw a cylinder, please pay close attention. Like I said, we're going to do some erasing and we'll go from there. So if you want to grab a soup can or any kind of can, green beans, corn, anything that's in your cabinet or cupboard, go ahead and grab one of those so that you kind of have it sitting next to you, just so you can kind of see it, okay? We're going to get started here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start by drawing 2 lines. Now I'm just going to use something straight, okay? So I'm just going to use another pad of paper, okay, to kind of measure out how big I want my cylinder to be. Now you're going to be drawing this again, but this is to help you practice, okay? So I'm going to draw, I'm going to use the straight part of this, okay, one line here, okay, and then I'm going to take it and draw, let me move my soup can a little bit, okay, another line here. Now I'm drawing light, okay, I'm not really sure if you can see that, but I'm drawing very, very light, all right? Now they're not even, you can tell, and that's okay, because we can do some erasing. So this is the first step, okay? So number one, draw your lines, okay? Number two, draw your ovals. Okay, so we're drawing ovals now. Those of you that know, ovals are just a stretched out circle, okay? They're not quite a circle. Now I know when you look at a soup can, it is a circle on the top. But when you look at a soup can from the side, this kind of, your eye tricks you and it turns into an oval, okay? So here we go with the ovals. I'm gonna start on one side of my, well, this is almost my soup can, but on the lines, okay? And I'm gonna draw an oval, okay? Like I said, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of erasing, which is fine, okay? Now, I wanna do the same thing to the bottom, okay? Now, when I do this on the bottom, now you can see this is a very skinny oval, okay? And that's a-okay. Other people, when they do the bottom of this, I'm gonna erase to show you this, the other way to do it. Okay, so you could draw two ovals down that way. Some people also do this. They draw a curved line at the bottom, okay? Okay, to kind of show the curve of the can, because if we look at a can, I really can't show you right now because I don't want to take this off because then it's not going to stay the same, but when you look at this bottom part when it's sitting on the counter or on the table, all you see is that curved silver part. You're not seeing the under circle, okay? So if we were trying to make this a clear can to where we could see all the way through, the oval would work best. And you can still draw the oval, okay? You can see that if I were to draw this oval, okay, it still shows up. I'm just gonna erase this part right here, okay? So that last part, remember, you can draw a curve at the bottom to kind of give it that look that it's sitting on the table, and then you'll have the thing at the top. Now, whenever I create my soup can, okay, I also know that my soup can has a lip right here, okay? It's the little band of silver, okay? And we kind of want to make these look as realistic as possible because, I mean, Andy Warhol made his look very, very real, okay? So I'm going to draw some, a little lip here. Just another, oopsies, too big. Another little curve here to kind of show that I'm doing a thing on the can here. Now, also when you look at the top here, there's some ridges, some lines, okay? You can also add those if you want. They're gonna be some thinner circles on the top, okay? Mine are not perfect, just to show you that they're not perfect, and that's okay. Now when it comes to the can design, this is the fun part. Okay, so actually, let me go back to my checklist here because I didn't do that first. But one, you're drawing your lines, okay, which were the two straight lines up and down. Number two, you're drawing your ovals, okay, and I erased my line down here, okay. Number three would be to add the details to the top. And number four would be to design, okay. Design your can, okay? The cool thing about pop art is that, which we saw in the video, it talks about popular culture, okay? Things that are popular in our time. It could be things that were popular back, you know, back a few years ago, a way long time ago, but for now, popular culture. So I think if this were my soup can, okay, I would get kind of creative here, okay? So we're gonna talk about brainstorm. If you are kinder, first, or second, okay, kindergartner, first grader, second grader, you're doing one can, okay? And you guys are gonna design it with whatever you want, all right? We're talking about pop art, and pop art has lots of color and fun things like that. I want you to design it the way best you can, okay? We've talked about patterns, we've talked about things like that. If you want to take some things that we've learned in the past, like the bubble printing or the foil printing, and do it on here too, you're welcome to, okay? You can make it as personalized if you want. So if you wanted it to be your can, your special can of soup, I could do one that represents me, so Miss A, okay? And this could be things that I love, okay? I'm gonna pull a heart there for things that Miss A loves. I love cats. I love pizza, okay? I love sugar skulls, you know that. And I love, what's another thing I love? I love Frida. Frida Kahlo. A lot of you know that. In my classroom, I have a lot of Frida Kahlo. So this is how I would design my can, okay? Maybe I have some kitty cats around my can, okay? Okay. Some pizza with some pepperonis, because Miss A loves that. Okay, and then Frida. So maybe I draw myself some Frida. With her big old flower crown. I made her look mad in that one. I didn't mean to. Okay, Frida, and then what else did I put on here? Sugar skulls. So I know I love sugar skulls. You guys know that too, that Miss A loves Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, and I love sugar skulls. Now I'm doing this really fast. I'm trying to make my sugar skulls not too messy. But when I think about sugar skulls, they're usually decorated really pretty. Okay, now this is my can. I can do other things. You know, I love hearts. Okay, put hearts around it. Okay, I love stars. Oops. All kinds of things. Okay, now one can, kinder through second grade, of your favorite things. Okay, so list 4 things. 6 things. It could be anything that you love and you're trying your best to draw it. If you get stuck, okay, draw patterns and designs. We've talked about that, okay? Adding designs to your soup can. It's pop art. It can be colorful. It can be with shapes and things like that, okay? What our main focus is this week is our 3D design, okay? Our cylinder is what we're focusing on. The Andy Warhol part is just an added bonus, okay? So if you are kinder through second grade, you're doing 1 can, okay? So you're gonna do this, you don't color it yet because that's gonna be our next part of next week, okay? So just add the drawing, okay?